So when we last left our hero, and by hero I mean me, of course, because frankly I should be everyone's hero, I'm just that cool a guy. But last time we left off, I was doing a little bit of a tour. I was doing a little bit of I was doing the rounds, checking up on all the various people to make sure no one was sick who doesn't need to be sick. Which, frankly, is no one, I guess, at this point. I don't think there's much point in leaving people sick on day 11. I think it's very unlikely they'll get re-sick on day 12, honestly. So, yeah, we're just going to stop in on a few people while we wait for the day to begin in earnest, at which point we can maybe do some of the day's objectives. Oh, look, Grace is sick. Look at that. I think that was my last Schmauder. It was. Okay, so we're definitely going to need... I don't think there's any doubt in my mind that we're going to need at least one more Schmauder to finish with everyone healthy. I think. And that of course, is assuming that Aspity and Tyre and Sticky are all fine. Which we'll find out pretty soon, I hope. If any of them are sick as well, then we're going to have a real challenge on our hands to cure them all up. That wasn't very good, was it? That was not a good place to be at all. I'm just gonna let my controller vibrate there. We're just gonna accept that sometimes the control. It's fucking crazy how the only thing that seems to react to my controller vibrating. This is fucking stupid. The only thing that seems to react to it is taking tablets, taking immunity boosters. It's so wild that that's the thing that sets it off. Nothing else seems to cause it at all. I have no idea why. I assume I must have turned Rumble off at some point, and there's just like one thing that they forgot to actually exclude from rumbling when you have it toggled. I can only assume it's a bug, not a feature. Aspity seemed fine. Fuck. Just so much fuck. All of the fuck at once, realistically. Fuck to the nth degree. Okay, I guess I'll do that a bit more. You got anything cool for sale? Anything I can get excited about? A dried fish? I don't think I need it, to be honest. I think I've got enough food to last me to the end of the game, so fuck you and your dried fish. We are going to need to... Oh, I was lucky. Find more things exactly like that is what we're going to need to do. So, more bin looting, more purchasing from food shops, trying to get some more nuts. I'm pretty certain they sell nuts in food shops. I am slightly doubting myself. Wow. How's that for luck? That sort of makes up for the walking through like 3 gas clouds I've just done to get here. Sort of a little bit. Sort of, kind of. Tyre. Madame Tai Cheek. I don't know if that's how that's pronounced. It feels like it shouldn't be, but I don't know enough about the Russian language to know how you would pronounce something like that. Tai Cheek, just, I don't know, it doesn't sound like a real name to me. She seems fine, okay. I guess we'll try the door just in case. Just in case. I'm not, as I say, I'm not even sure she's someone who can get sick. I strongly suspect there are people who, even though they're on the list of people to protect, are actually immune to ever getting sick. She seems fine, yeah. Because, like, if the foreman got sick, for example, I'm pretty certain the only person who ever gets to speak to the foreman is Barack in the last, like, 4 days of his campaign. So how anyone else could be expected to cure him would be a pretty serious question mark, you know what I mean? I'm suspecting, and vivisecting that Tyre might be in a similar ballpark. Potentially. I don't know. Oh, we got to check on Lara and Yulia as well, don't we? I forgot about that. Couple more names for the list. Is it not infected here? I'm sure it was infected here when I came in, or was it just infected a little bit further south? This is the wrong building. I had a moment of processing there, where I was like, this isn't the building I was expecting to be in. Hang on, what was I doing? How did I get in here? What's going on? And then suddenly a midget was trying to stab me in the various vital organs, and really bad things were happening for me. Plot twist I wasn't expecting. Sticky seems fine, that's good. Not great, but good. What would be truly great is if he was stood on his doorstep and offering me a bounty of schmauder, but that doesn't seem likely, or indeed possible, I don't think. I'm not certain any of the characters in this game are capable of actually rendering outside of their preferred environments. Okay, hang on. Did I do it? I did it, cool. Should have switched to this knife so long ago, but if it wasn't for the fact I needed to loot these bins, I would have just not cared, but... Oh good, worth my time then. Don't care about you, do care about you. If only because you're likely to set off the flamethrower, man. There we go. Don't want to deal with that. The Sabarovs seem fine. Might have to check in on... yeah, Peter's fine. I have to check in on Andre. Just because I don't think I have today. Oh, so many rats. So we got to ambush that one. Yeah, I knew that guy would spot me. Could smell it. Do you want to, like, come over here? Do you want to come this way, pal? Get him. Fuck him up. Fuck him up. Use your bullets. Use the power of bullets. How is he still alive? There we go. Fucking hell. Is he coming for me? He is coming for me. All the shit that's going on, and these guys are still desperate to fucking rip my throat out. As if there aren't some slightly more pressing matters right now. Like the army of dudes trying to kill them. I didn't actually want to come in here, I just wanted to reset the heat. Okay, Andre seems fine, assuming he might be another one who actually can't get sick, I don't know. Because his pub is kind of a meeting place sort of deal, right? Day 11, in which the Kane's mission reveals its new and quite unexpected aspects of the Bachelor. I feel like that was yesterday, was it not? There were some quite unexpected and new twists to the Kane's story yesterday, but I guess maybe they weren't the unexpected twists. I need to be further north than this. Lost track of my bearings a little bit there, but it's alright, I'll get them back. I can find a bearing. Got a good eye for him. Hooray. I'm not sure, because I know I'm quite limited on time, and I am probably going to have to abuse some of this time in some save scummy ways in order to get at least one, probably two, maybe even three more schmauders before the end of this campaign. I don't know if I want to actually commit, if I want to like reload, possibly. We need to go up to Yulia, don't we? Just to buy myself some more time, and we know all we have to do is go directly to Grey, secure her, and then everything else we've done since then, aside from picking up 2 needles, I guess, was fairly pointless, so... Yulia is fine. Good news. Good news indeed. Let's hope Lara's the same. That will hopefully have ticked off every box. Think that's everyone in town that we've checked on now. Unless the health ticks over at 6 o'clock. Because that would be a damn shame if that's true. That would be a damn shame. I mean, I guess I'll take that. I don't actually need it, but... better than not having thing, I suppose. This is Lara's, isn't it? We'll go around this way. It's a bit gassy down the main street. Madame Ravel is not sick. Okay, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Fan-dabby-dozy. So now I need to start thinking about how to get some schmauder in me. Or in my inventory, at least. Not necessarily in me, I suppose. That would be a bit of a waste of an incredibly precious item, but... yeah. Yeah, we need to find more... like, not only do I think little girls don't appear in the streets anymore at this point in the game, I think you actually have to break into a building, which means I need a lockpick. Not only that, but also I need more tradables. I need more stuff that they'll be interested in, because I do not have fucking anything right now, basically. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think hooks might be worth 2. Which brings us to 5. Yeah, that's cool. Thanks. Thanks, I wasn't doing anything. It's fine. I mean, it's kind of my own fault for stopping in an infected area, I suppose, but... still gonna get mad about it. What the fuck happened here? Again, my own fault for stopping, I know. Honestly, as I say, that's kind of optimal, because now we can just cure Grace. Run up and grab those 2 needles that I located, because they'll be the same every time. And then fuck right off. Fuck right off will be the final step in that plan, I think. I think we just need to do some loops of town. Try and locate some more bins and things so we can loot. I know there's a few around here, which is why I'm not going direct to Grace. There's like a cluster of them in the middle of this warehouse district. See? I got very intimate with the bins at the end of the last campaign, and I feel like I'm going to be getting to that point again with this one. Okay, water, fairly useless. Water, fairly useless. Nothing, very useless. 'Tis a shame. 'Tis a shame. Kind of annoying how you can't trade NPCs for tradables. Like, you can only trade in one direction, unless I'm completely wrong on that, but I don't think I am. Like, a girl will trade like 3 sewing needles for a piece of meat or whatever, but they won't trade a piece of meat for 3 sewing needles. You know what I mean? Because if I could trade in the other direction, I would 100% just trade like most of my food and medical supplies away at this point. Just get more stuff I can schmauder up. There you go. Fine and dandy. Right. It is crazy, like schmauder, if you read the description on it, it's like, it's some drugs that kids mishmash together into a horrible cocktail of stuff that will probably kill you. And it's actually the only in-game solution to the plague. It's the only thing that actually works. I guess that's sort of one of the underlying themes of this game, really, is that the kids sort of are the level-headed ones in the city. They're the ones, sort of like Capella in particular, is sort of trying to lead the charge on like rebuilding a civilization after the plague has wiped everyone out, sort of thing. Whereas all the adults are just squabbling over power. There's a dog! Hello! They're so fucking rare. They're so rare and they don't do anything, and I don't know what they're for. You can bet your ass that that one's going to be the thumbnail, though. You can bet every penny you have that the thumbnail of this video is going to be that dog, unless I completely forget that I saw that dog, which is possible. My brain no worky quite often, but at this point when I'm like fucking 70 episodes into Pathologic, it's getting increasingly difficult to find anything worth making into a thumbnail, you know what I mean? kind of giving up on the whole concept of thumbnails a bit, really. It's just like, let's use another random person's face, why not? I mean, it doesn't really matter a great deal, does it? But it is quite funny. It's like, have I used this character in a thumbnail yet? Have I done that yet? We already know these bins have nothing in them, so I don't know why I'm walking towards a Molotov cocktail guy for the sake of it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. This area of town does appear to be plague free though, so I'm pretty happy with it. Pretty happy with hanging out here. I think if I just skirt round here, I won't be going into plague either. So I'll take this opportunity to remember which tab drugs are in. Amazingly, it's the one marked drugs. Who could have seen that coming? Okay. So no more bins around here? Is there not a single bin? Is there not a bin for me to get all excited about? No? It's all a bit lame, isn't it? It's all a bit lame and shit. Thinking I might go to Bad Grief and pick up some lockpicks. I think that's probably something worth my time. Because I feel like completing this little challenge I've set myself of keeping literally everybody alive is going to require breaking into some houses at some point, at some juncture. Might actually save here. I think I'll call that a pretty productive session so far. There's bins around here somewhere, right? Successfully managed not to aggro the rat. Very good. Are they further down? I'm sure there's like two bins on a side street down here somewhere. Yes, this is the main street. This is the big one, isn't it? No, this is Anna Angel's house. I'm thinking of those bins over there, and there's also this one here. Okay, cool. This isn't actually... I thought this area was plagued for some reason. I don't know where I got that idea from. It's actually fine around here, isn't it? I think it's just when I was here before there was a million knife men here, so... I've just sort of been conditioned to think of it as the bad zone. Really? You know, I have a gun. I have a gun and I will use it. We're not talking about it. We're not going to comment on it. I didn't see it. You definitely didn't see it. Nothing happened. Nothing happened at all. Yeah, okay, it's plaguey over there, so we're just going to come down here. We're going to loot those bins from the back, hopefully avoiding the knife man, who I apparently can't shoot for shit. Oh, he's here, though. How is no one aggroing on him? How are none of these guys bothered about him? How did that happen? Oh, this guy's clocked him. Shoot him. Pop his head off. Oh, we've got a bit of a stalemate here. He shot him. He knifed him. He shot him. Beautiful. Rat. If I just involuntarily scream the word rat, then that's normal for me at this point. I'm just in a permanent state of unhinged horror at the concept of rats. Which, as I say, is odd, because I think they're really cool creatures in reality. I would 100% have a pet rat, but in this game, they are literally the worst thing. Except maybe poop angels. I really don't like poop angels. I'd say tiny midget bandits would be worse, but they're only in houses that you have to voluntarily go into and get yourself attacked. So, like, they're not really a realistic issue. Like, there's no reason. I mean, there was that one quest to go in one of those buildings once and kill one of those guys, and it didn't reward shit. So it's like, why would I bother, you know? Rest of the time, just steer clear. Play it safe. Speaking of playing it safe, we are finally out of the plague area. I say finally, I was only actually in it for 5 minutes. 5 seconds. 15 seconds, we'll call it. That's a good number. It's a good number to go with. A sensible estimate. I have gone completely the wrong way here, haven't I? How did I miss Bad Grief's place? How did I do that? It's not hard to find. Yay, it all ends tomorrow. This way. This way, I found it. I did it. Day 11. The thing that I read last time I read this message. Hello, pals. How you doing? Having a good time? Grief, yeah. My friend. Lockpicks, please. They're quite expensive, aren't they, Grief? They're quite pricey, but I can afford all 3 of them. Right, I'm a rich man. Right. Bins. Try and remember where there's bins. Obviously there's the Great Bin Courtyard, which is sort of where I'm gravitating towards now. It does look like it's infected at the moment, which isn't great, but we'll hopefully find at least one thing worth looting in there, just from the sheer bin volume. The theatre also has a fair share of bins. Other than that, it's really just sort of patrolling the place, seeing what I can stumble into. Well, not doing great so far, are we? Really? 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 Are you sure? Are you sure I got hit there? Are you certain? You're 100% confident on that? I feel like these bins here are hard-coded to have lower chance of giving you anything worthwhile. Just because there's so many in so small an area, like the devs thought it would be broken or something. Because I never seem to get shit coming through here. I walk through and I loot like 20 bins and there's absolutely fucking nothing, like some empty water bottles and that's it. Oh, fine, just infect me. I do not care at this point. I do not care. It will be so hard for my vitals to be the thing that kills me at this point. See what I mean? Oh, a gold ring. I guess that's slightly more valuable, but not fucking worth anything to me right now. Definitely gonna get killed by that Molotov guy trying to loot these bins, aren't I? Oh, no, apparently I lost him. Apparently I de-aggroed him. Guess I can take a second to... Why do I bother? Why do I fucking bother? Okay. As I say, there's definitely something going on with that courtyard with the bins in it. They just you just don't get anything. Ever. Cough cough. I might have the plague in real life, I don't know. Don't know what that is actually. Got a bit of a frog in the old throat out of nowhere. This is fucking stupid. Someone trying to kill me. Ah! My infection is high enough that the flamethrower men will probably be coming for blood now as well. Why has this game got to be the way this game is? Yeah. Is this gonna kill me? Not quite. Fine. I'm absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. Oh, fucking poop angel. Realistically, I found nothing since last time I saved. I bought some lockpicks from Bad Grief and the rest of my time has just been using up my consumables. So this might be a good save scum spot as well. I might just accept the plague, run about, have a look at some of these remaining bins just on the off chance. Nothing. Fucking nothing. I mean, it is entirely possible that all this is just a waste of time, and that there's literally no one gets infected on the last day, and that I've already succeeded in my goal. It's not impossible that that's true, but I don't want to like hedge my bets on that. I'd rather be prepared, and being prepared is taking a little bit of foreplanning at the moment, unfortunately. It's taking quite a bit of effort. Oh, would you just fuck off? I really don't want to fight you. I really am not interested in martial combat right now. Or Mortal Kombat or martial law. Any of those things. My knife equipped. Okay, fine. Fine. Okay, useless, useless. Suppose I should loot him just in case he's got a lockpick. No, okay, useless. Get him, lads. Hook him up. 2 bins here. I'm trying to remember. I broke into some houses at the end of the last campaign that I knew provided a lot of the useful tradables I needed. I'm trying to remember which houses those were. I don't know if the same items are in the same houses every time. I don't know exactly the rules on item spawning in this game. It did seem like all the bins were set, like all the... For that save file on that specific day in Artemis' campaign, all the loot was the same. So I was able to plan a route that got me all the items I needed, right? But I don't know if that is like randomly generated at the start of the day, if it differs between the different characters' campaigns. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of variables in there. And it'd be very helpful to know exactly where I can get cool stuff. I feel like one of these houses was really good. I feel like it was one of these. Maybe on the back row, actually. Might have been this one. Oh, okay. You know what? I have a gun. Yeah, now what, bitch? Honestly, with a gun, these houses probably better than breaking it. I mean, I still need to break into a house to find a little girl to trade. But these are probably better than breaking into houses because it doesn't cost me a lockpick. And I can loot everything sort of with impunity. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to be looking out for angry men who I don't particularly want to kill because it would tank my reputation. Also, the loot kind of seems better. I don't know if that's actually a thing. I'm getting some pretty good shit in here. He says, looting 2 coins from a cabinet. I'll be careful though, because I think you can get multiple banditos in these houses. Fucking panicked there. That was the ultimate jump scare. Like I was talking about the fact that there can be multiple. I was aware of the... Okay, alright. If it was just one dude in the house, then what I was saying about them being better than lockpicking would 100% be true, because a bullet is worth less than a lockpick as far as I'm aware. The fact that there can be 3 or possibly more of them in there, that changes things a little bit. Just a smidgen. We are, however, in a bandito area. El Banditos. So there's no reason to trek all the way across the map, looting a load of bins that will only cause me pain and suffering and plague. And we can just go into any house. We're looking for needles, for nuts, for hooks, and for flowers. Anything else we get, perfectly nice, don't get me wrong. I like things in general. But needles, nuts, hooks, and flowers are priority number 1. Don't need the oil. It's just going to take up inventory space. Oh, did I loot this? Okay. Hello? Anybody up here? Why were you squatting in a corner? I think a second one just ran in just as I was dying then. These houses they're kind of packed. They've got a lot of fellas in them. It seems like you always get one downstairs and then a whole host upstairs, so it might be worth just killing the downstairs one, looting the downstairs, and then moving on. But it does also seem, in general rule of Pathologic, that the better loot tends to be upstairs. But that's when I'm looking for... This definitely wasn't the sort of house I wanted to enter, was it? Right now I'm looking for bad loot, I guess, or things the game considers to be bad loot. I'm looking for the sort of stuff you find in bins. There's another thought as well, in that certain NPCs drop some of the stuff you can trade for Schmauder. Generic women in general tend to be good sources of flowers. And I believe the little blonde lads in the trench coats, those guys tend to be big fans of hooks. Well, that was something. There's gotta be one in here, right? No? Alright. I mean, there's no fucking loot in here, but Yeah, we got a new needle, we got a bandage kit. That's probably worth a bullet. There's going to be someone up here, though. How? How am I this bad at this? I think a lot of the thing is that, A, when you get hit, you sort of rear backwards and it knocks your shots off course. But also, B, I think a lot of modern games have some degree of auto-aim built into them. It's always very subtle. Like, I know it's obviously a lot more obvious in fucking console games, because it has to be, because analog stick shooting is just so unreliable. But I do think a lot of PC games have a degree of auto-aim as well, which does help, whereas this game, obviously, it shoots where you shoot. So you have to actually be good, and I'm not used to that. Also, these guys are just hella fast. I'm not very good at tracking them. So I'm assuming if I go back upstairs, I do not care about all that stuff downstairs, realistically. Where did I find... I'll take those. Where did I find the very cool stash of this? I mean, that is 10 oil. I don't have inventory space for it, though. Never mind. Take a snack. It's a little nibble for the road. Yummy. Didn't need that at all, but what the hell. Come on, fucker. There you are. How long is your fist? I was not expecting him to be able to punch me. I thought I stepped back out of the range, but clearly not. So another one. No? We're in the clear? We're in the clear, I think. Please tell me you was guarding something good. I mean... Okay, that's not bad. Not really what I'm looking for, but not bad. Okay. Alright. All this for a fucking needle and a bandage kit, which won't heal. It's not my day today. This is not an example of Joe on top form. And I know my top form is still sort of mid-form for most people, but even so, this is quite a pathetic showing, isn't it? Honestly though, for reals though. At least we know that going to the top floor of that house is a waste of fucking time. We'll nip in, blow that guy's brains out, take the bandage kit and the needle and get out. One house down, we save, we move on. This is sort of how this is going to progress from here on out, I think. As I say, min-maxing the time a little bit. Not a huge amount, we're not going to go too hard on it. It's this, isn't it? I almost forgot where it was for a second there. And I'll grab the pills as well, because I feel like I'm getting through immunity boosters pretty fast. That's it, that's all we want from this house. Next. Moving on. We're not even going to loot this guy, don't care. Don't care. Next house. We save. Next house. Wait till you see the whites of their eyes. Did I loot this one in one of the save slots? One of the times I was reloading? I feel like I've been in here. I feel like it was disappointing. That's the best way of dealing with them, is just putting as much distance between yourself and them as possible. And then just taking the time to line it up. Okay, not that disappointing so far, actually. Pretty good so far. It's taken 2 bullets rather than 1, which isn't great, but we have found some pretty good stuff. There we go to floor 3. No? Not another one? Oh, have all 3 floors of this house been identical, or am I tripping? No, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. It's fine. Ooh, okay. Alright. Yes. Actually, yes. Fortune shines upon me, I would say. I would venture a fortune shines upon me right now. Did I not go to the bottom floor? Yes, I did. The three floors aren't identical, but they do have an awful lot of similarities, alright? I understand I was mistaken when I said they were identical. I poo-pooed that idea pretty quickly. Oh, fuck off. Imagine not getting shot when I shoot him. Imagine. Disappointing behaviour, honestly. D-. If I were to grade it, if I were a grading sort of man, I would give that a D-. I think he can do better, and I think he will do better. He just has to apply himself. He just has to really buckle down in his studies, and one day he will become the man who gets shot in the head when the other man shoots the gun. There we go. Well done. You're improving every day. It's the same fucking house again. It's the same house again. I mean, to be fair, this is largely how houses, particularly council houses, tend to be built. Just... Uh-huh. Oh. Oh, fuck all off. Fuck all off. How many bullets was that? Like 1 million? Did I just spend 1 million bullets? Unless there's something really good in here, you can bet your ass I won't be committing to this save. I mean, I just don't need them, is the thing. It's a good find for any other point in the game, but for right now, I'm good. I'm good for drugs. I'm just after schmauder tradables. Is that too much to ask? Just a few schmauder tradables? There better not be another one up here. Can you imagine if they put a fourth bandit in this house? Can you conceive of such a thing? Yeah, lots of good shit in here, but nothing I actually need, unfortunately, so we'll just wind that one back, shall we? Next house. At least we can successfully strike that one from the list. We know it's of no use. Let's find a better one. A fuck are you? And we'll go to this house. That wasn't meant to come out quite so racist sounding as it did, but there we are. Sometimes you accidentally do a racism. This house is cool. Is it just that I came in the back of it? Is it the same house, but I'm just seeing it from a different angle? It's not, is it? It's different. It's a different one. How exciting. A slightly different layout. It's like all my Christmases have come at once. I got a needle though, so... Oh, hello. Let's see what's upstairs. Fully expecting another bad fella to come flying out of one of these rooms, but maybe not. Maybe we'll get lucky. A lot of oil. There's a lot of oil going around suddenly. Must be more common in houses like this than it is in houses that are still populated. Okay, not a great house. Was there a needle in there? Was there a needle I forgot about? I think there might have been a needle in there, right? On the downstairs. I think. So we'll do that again and just not go upstairs. Please tell me I didn't imagine the needle. Yeah, okay, cool. That's all we need from here. Moving on. I'm trading a bullet for a needle, which honestly is basically what I was just complaining about not being able to do, so... Win, I guess? Win, I guess. Where's he going to come from? That way. Cool. Really don't need all these immunity boosters, but I'm taking them anyway. To be fair, a single stroll through an infected neighbourhood is probably enough to get me through every single immunity booster in my inventory, so... Hey! Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll take all of that. Fuck it. YOLO. I did already check that, didn't I? Let's see what's upstairs then. Aside from a man who wants to kill me, obviously. There you are. I expected him to be around the corner, crouching like they keep doing. That seems to be a common place for them. I don't know if that's because they're like aggroing when I'm downstairs and then trying to path to me and failing and like clipping into the wall a bit. I don't know if that's what's going on that's causing them to do that, or if that's just their spawn location sometimes, and if they haven't aggroed yet, then they're just sort of in that weird like fetal position. It's a shame I didn't kill that man and find out what was upstairs, because now I'm going to have to do it again, aren't I? Okay, where... Already forgotten where the good shit was. Already forgotten. Was it in here? Yes. The rest of this floor can go to fuck. Can get in the proverbial sea. Where? Where though? There. Okay, I was hoping that's how this would work. Oh yeah, I'll take that, sure. Make a little bit of fish for the journey. Little smackerel of mackerel. No? Oh, they take up an entire inventory slot each, eh? Okay, I mean, I will just do a straight upgrade here then. Turns out I needed the health after all, so... I do love the single bucket in a room. I assume that's meant to be a bathroom. I assume that's meant to be a toilet facility. Okay, there wasn't much up here. It wasn't really worth the bullet, but whatever. Things went okay, I suppose. Things went fine. Another house cleared. And I think on that note, we've not really done much. Like, it is like, what, 7:30 or something in game time? Yeah, and we started at 5:20. We covered 2 hours of game time in this entire video. Kind of depressing, but we've set ourselves up quite nicely, I think. I think that's not a bad... It wasn't bad going as far as, like, inventory progress is concerned. I've got 8 of these, which with the hook and the nut is easily enough for another schmauder, so... That's sort of halfway to where I want to be by the end of this day. Yeah, so we'll wrap up here. Probably do a bit more of this bullshit save scummy house looting while we wait for quests to pop. Because I don't think we've had any yet today, right? Nope. Absolutely nothing, blank slate. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing next time. So tune in for that if that sounds like a good time. And I'll see you. Bye.